Its mission is to provide everyone with access to the financial markets, not just the wealthy. But yesterday, the Robinhood stock trading app restricted everyday traders or investors from buying shares of companies like GameStop and AMC.
Well, that all sparked an uproar from Washington to Wall Street, forcing Robinhood to reopen GameStop trading later today and others. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy scolding the move as criminal.
The way they have absolutely cheated, stolen, robbed everyday people so all our hedge fund billionaire friends can get out and not get killed. It is one of the most remarkable, illegal, shocking robberies in the history, in plain sight. Robinhood, crooks, jail. The Citadel, Ken Griffin, jail. Steve Cohen, the Mets owner, jail. They have to go to prison. There has to be class action lawsuits against all of them.
That was Dave earlier in the day, and then last night we saw Dave Portnoy at Barstool with Tucker, and now today we're going to find out what's going to play out. Dave, what set you off? What was the one thing when you realized this is corrupt as it gets?
Well, I mean, and still nobody's given an example of, in the history of the stock market, where you actively just say to certain stocks, hey, you can only sell them, you can't buy them. Right. There's no confusion on what that would do to those stocks. It would crash the price, and that's exactly what they did. And the people holding those stocks were the Reddit people. And it's not just the Reddit. I keep seeing everywhere, small group of Reddit, Wall Street bets. This went viral. It was everyday people. It was normal 9-to-5 people who put their hard-earned money into these stocks because their internet, they were aware of it, and they got cheated. Plain and simple.
You too?
What's that?
Did you have money in this too?
Oh, yeah, I did. I had AMC, I had Nokia, I had NAKD. So I had about $2 million in it.
Wow.
And I could lose it. I'm fine with losing it. But, I mean, the other people who are losing, these are people new to the stock market, and they got flat out cheated and robbed in plain sight to protect hedge funds. That's what happened. There's no other explanation.
So, Dave, a lot of day traders bought that basket of stocks, figured it would be a good thing. These are the same things that have been shorted by Wall Street. Wall Street betting against those stocks, that the stock is going to go down. The small investor watching right now, they're thinking, you know what, it's a good stock, I'm going to buy it. And it went up. GameStop went up 1,000%. So how many of those people that you're talking about, like the Reddit board people and stuff like that, said to themselves, this is a good way to make money? And how many said, hey, this is a good way to stick it to the hedge funds that are shorting these American companies?
Yeah, so I think it was a combo. The Wall Street bet guys, the guys who started it, I think there was a combo. Let's stick it to these hedge funds and we can make money. But the majority of people then who jumped on the train were just trying to make money. And there's no confusion. I've gone over this. I don't think people thought GameStop, the fundamentals of GameStop were great. This was a viral trend. My point of contention, and what the old guard doesn't seem to want to accept, times change. You adapt or die. I invested in these stocks because I know the power of the internet, the power of Wall Street bets, the power of, people coming together. The old guard doesn't want to accept that that's part of the game. But those are the rules we're all playing under until yesterday when they changed.
So, Dave, Vlad Tenev, who's the CEO of Robinhood, he was on. We all watched the full interview just to find out what his reason for doing this was. Why did he do it? This was his explanation.
We absolutely did not do this at the direction of any market maker or hedge fund. In order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying in these stocks. I know how Clorox and Lysol felt in the pandemic when they were running out of hand sanitizer and supplies. We just haven't seen this level of concentrated interest market-wide in a small number of names before.
You don't buy it, do you?
No, I want to take a cold shower after watching that. He's lying through his teeth. He was protecting his clients by taking all their money. I mean, listen,
which
if
clients?
That's what they were doing, they should have froze the market. You shouldn't have been able to buy it or sell it, whatever you had it at, and let's figure it out after fairly. They crashed the market. So you protected your client. No, you didn't. You took money from him. That guy's a liar.
Yeah, I want you to hear their ad, Dave, and tell me if you think they're living up to it.
Remember when greed was good? When you had to look the part? When you had to pay for a seat at the table? We set out to change it, the way the system works, to put the power in everyone's hands, to make it feel, speak, sound, and look just like you. We all invest every day in ourselves, our communities, our future. We are all investors.
So, Dave, you think they lived up to that ad?
Listen, the name of the company is Robinhood. It's supposed to steal from the rich and give to the poor. They did the exact opposite. And we find out they're selling information to the hedge funds. These guys are the biggest frauds of all time. And again, I keep saying it, but it's criminal, and they belong in jail once we figure out what actually happened and why they did what they did. It wasn't to protect their clients. Get out of here. How stupid do they think we are?
Yeah. In fact, it sounds like they got $1 billion worth of equity money from other investors so that they could open today because it sounds like they were having a liquidity problem. I want you to listen to this guy, Leon Cooperman. He's one of these hedge fund billionaires, and the way he is so dismissive of these little guy investors is shocking. Listen to this.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government. This fair share is a concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people. And, I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
So that's what's going on. According to him, they're attacking wealthy people. You got these people who are day trading. They're not rich guys. They're just trying to make a buck during a pandemic. They're playing by the rules. But unfortunately, as we're all learning, the rules in Wall Street are for Wall Street, not Main Street.
Yeah, it's crazy. That guy needs a violin and a tissue. Lee, he went after me at the beginning of the pandemic when I started day trading, and all the day traders were kind of following the DDTG stream, and said it would end in tears, and I was leading them to destruction. All we've done is make money until they changed the rules, and now Lee is once again crying it's unfair, and people are attacking the rich. It's real hard to feel bad for Lee, whatever his last name is, Coppenrath.
Cooperman.
I know that you're doing a lot to save these restaurants, and you're really doing a wonderful thing because we play these sound bites and we share their stories.
Look at that.
You've raised $33 million in total funds, 207,000 supporters, businesses supported almost 200 of those. Here is a business owner that was helped by Barstool. Watch this, Dave.
There were nights where we were wondering how we were going to pay the bills. And then we found out about Barstool.
The call from Dave was just that breath that we needed after 10 months.
We uploaded the video, and 2-3 days later, Dave was on the phone talking to me. It's just strictly amazing. I couldn't believe it.
I wish I could go up and give Dave the biggest hug ever.
Dave, how does it make you feel when you hear those stories and know what you've done?
The Barstool Fund's been a gratifying experience for myself and everybody involved on our end. I appreciate everyone who's donated. We got a lot. And every time we place a call, and we still do it, I do it all day long, basically, in between this and ranting and raving. But every time I hang up with a new business owner, you can see how much it means, and you really do see the stress wash away. And so I'm so in the moment just calling as many and helping as many businesses as we can. But there's no doubt I guess I'm a prickly guy. It's been gratifying to be able to help people.
Dave, what's so maddening, too, is that these businesses, it seems, as these Democratic governors now have a Democratic president, suddenly they're realizing the numbers are down, let's open up. Some of the pain and suffering seems to be politically oriented and unnecessary.
Yeah, it's one of those things I've said about the Barstool Fund from the beginning. It should unify. I mean, I don't really care. Republican, Democrat, blue, white, black, yellow, girl, man. Everyone should want to help small business, the fabric of this country. So the more we can help, the better it is.
Yeah. And this is personal to you, El Presidente, because, for a while during the pandemic, you were doing the pizza reviews, and that's why our refrigerator is full of Paul Newman's 4-cheese pizza at this hour. We love it. It warms up quick in the convection oven, just saying. But your camera guy has a family in the pizza business, and you heard firsthand what these guys are going through.
Yeah, so I spent Frank Borelli and Borelli's. It's a 40-year-old pizza place, dine-in in Nassau County. And I used to just constantly ask Frankie, that's my camera guy, how's your dad doing? How's your dad doing? Yeah. And it was getting darker and darker and more bleak and sadder as the pandemic really rolled along. And I talked with Frankie a lot. You know, what's the best way to help a small business like your dad, a single generation place that's been around for 40 business that's on the verge of going out of business? So together we kind of crafted the program the way it exists now, which we thought was not only a one-time payment to help these people, but every month, as long as the pandemic goes on, we give them the money they need to make sure it's just a bridge so they can go back to what they're doing when this thing's done, which is running a very successful small business.
You know, Dave, we all want to do things like this, and we just don't know how or where to start. Thank you for being bold enough, brave enough, and going for it and helping all these families. And thanks for keeping us laughing. If you're not following him on our Barstool Sports on Instagram, it's worth it.
Hey, by the way, El Presidente, Elon Musk about a year ago said you should run for president. What do you think? President or El Presidente?
Yeah, I think I'd rather jump off a bridge than doesn't get much done there.
Right. But you know what? You could make them real happy and give to the Barstool Fund. You're at 32, 33 million. Let's keep it going because so many businesses are going to need help for a long time. Dave, thanks for getting up with us. We appreciate it.